My name is Chris Peltz and I'm your host of Blind Grilling. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing and setup of the FlameBoss 400. Folks, the FlameBoss 400 came out this past year, and there's a couple of differences between the 400 and the 300 that I want to mention first and foremost. FlameBoss has done an awesome job of making their app accessible, making the skill for the Amazon Echo so that those who are blind or visually impaired are able to use their FlameBoss with their controller or with their grill and monitor everything, control everything. However, until the 400 came out, you had to have sighted assistance in order to get the 300 set up onto your Wi-Fi network. That's all supposed to have changed with the 400, and that's actually what we're going to do. I have not held one. I haven't grabbed one out of a box yet. This is my absolute first time, and I want to find out just how easy it's going to be for those who are blind or visually impaired to unbox and set up a FlameBoss 400. So there's a couple of changes, a couple of differences that to note. And if you can tell on my table over here, kind of underneath, I've got a 300 unit set up, and the fan and the unit controller itself were separate up through the 300. They were two different pieces. That's supposed to have changed with the 400. And while I'm opening up this box, I will say this: they do have a 500 unit that is out. And that basically the difference between the 400 and 500 Wi-Fi, the newer one, is going to be the amount of meat probes you can have connected to the controllers. So the FlameBoss 500, you can have up to 3 meat probes without a splitter like what was required on the FlameBoss 300. But on the FlameBoss 400, it's just simply your pit probe and 1 meat probe. But let's check it out. So in the box, we have, let's see, pull things out here. We've got in a bubble wrap. My daughter will be happy. We've got, it feels like our unit, feels like the fan and the unit all in one. We'll pull that out in a minute. We've got, feels like 2 probes. We've got our meat probe and our pit probe. Set those down on our wellspring table. We have our power cord, which is going to be necessary to run our unit. Oh, here we go. We've got our bottom vent brackets that hold our fan. So there's for the XL and the large. Oh, there it is. And there's one for the Mini Max. And then paperwork, which does me no good. But, oh, I don't know. That might be a sticker. We'll mess with that later. But anyway, some paperwork in the box, which we don't need because we're blind, right? We can't see the paperwork. All right, so let's get to this unit itself and get it opened up out of this bubble wrap. I'll stick the bubble wrap in the box for my daughter to play with later. So definitely is different than the 300. So rather than the 2 different units, you've got the fan, which you can easily tell, you can feel, and kind of on the side of the back of the fan, on the side of it, you can feel that there is now the controller, all right there together. So the controller's there on the bottom. So, all right. So on the bottom of the fan, it feels like there are the ports for power and your probes. So that'll be good. But we've eliminated one cord because we don't have a cord going from the fan to the unit because it's all built in together. So that's really nice. So always eliminating cord is going to be nice. But the nicest thing that's supposed to be about this is the ability to connect it, direct connect to your phone through your app, and through the phone, once it's direct connect, hook it to your Wi-Fi. So that is going to be our next test. So let's go ahead and let's get our power cord. All right, so we've plugged in our FlameBoss 400, and the app said that if there's a green light, and if it's blinking slow, then it's ready to get set up. It's in access point mode. If it's blinking fast or solid, that there's a little button between the two probe ports that you can press with like a safety pin or something to reset it to the access point mode. But I think we're in access point mode, so we're going to go to our grilling folder. Let's see, go to our FlameBoss app. We're going to go down to controllers. We're going to go to add. And then it asks for the controller model. FlameBoss 400, let's. FlameBoss 400. Set up Wi-Fi. All right. Go to. It's already in access mode. Let's go to next. This is where it says to go to your settings in your iPhone. So, go to our settings app. We're going to go to Wi-Fi. Go to Wi-Fi and then look for FB. FB, and then it also gives, so we're going to select that. Alright, so we're connected through the FlameBoss 400 on our Wi-Fi through our settings on our iPhone. So now let's go back to the FlameBoss app. FlameBoss. Alright, so we're connected, so it says tap next. Now it wants us to find the Wi-Fi that we want to connect to. We want to connect to Peltz. Done. Sending Wi-Fi configuration. Waiting for the controller to get online. Alright, we're connected. Hit OK, and it's added to your account. So let's go to our home. April 20th. There it is. Alright, and it's defaulted to 225 degrees. So we are connected. It's connected to my Wi-Fi. And folks, I did it without any site whatsoever, just simply with VoiceOver. And now I can control it. I can monitor it. I can connect it to my smoker, to my grill, and I can take care of absolutely everything. FlameBoss has done just an absolutely phenomenal job, and I've got to applaud them. This is not an accessibility company. This is not a company that is designed to make things for the blind or visually impaired. But what they have done is they've taken this controller, this unit, from all the way going back to the FlameBoss 200, all right, and once they found out that there were blind or visually impaired users, they did what they could to make it accessible for them. So they didn't want to leave anyone behind. They didn't want to make, a unit that, well, sorry, you got to have sight. No, they have done what they could to make an accessible unit that is really, in all honesty, with sighted folks in mind. And they said, you know what, we're going to make it where not only can the sighted use it, but the blind and visually impaired can use it as well. So huge shout out to FlameBoss for doing this. That is so cool. So I'm just at a loss for words, man. I tell you, this is, Michael Collins and his brother and everyone working, Amanda and all of them working at FlameBoss, man. They, it's amazing, the feeling that you can get as a blind or visually impaired individual to know that you can grab a device that is for Wi-Fi, for the internet, and things like that, that a company has taken the time to make sure that the blind and visually impaired can use it, and now to make sure that with their newer units, you don't even have to have sighted assistance for the initial setup. You can do it all by yourself. Thank you guys so much for doing this and for being a partner with Blind Grilling and providing these for our packages to those that we give Big Green Eggs to. You guys are awesome. Your product is awesome. It's amazing, and so much appreciated. Folks, thanks for watching Blind Grilling. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel. And as always, remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. My name is Chris Peltz, and on this episode of Blind Grilling, we're going to be unboxing and setting up the FlameBoss 400. Let's redo that.